Our story begins as the sun sets over an Italian village just outside Trieste, where a mother and her infant daughter were coming home from the local market. It had been a long day, and bedtime was approaching for both. The mother put her child to bed, but the baby had a hard time falling asleep. She just kept crying and crying. The mother then had an idea. She sweetened the baby's pacifier, and the baby was then silent as an angel. But perhaps too silent. The next day, the baby's mother noticed that something was very wrong. The baby was unresponsive, with drooping eyes and muted cries, and over the course of the following days, it only got worse. What is happening?
Il linfonodo significa.
She's a victim of one molecule, the botulinum neurotoxin type B. An innocent move to help her baby sleep turned out to have serious consequences. Botulinum toxin type B causes paralysis. Endospores of the Clostridium Botulinum bacteria had started to sporulate in her intestine, producing a colony of bacteria secreting a variety of molecules, including the toxin. The toxin has the ability to cross the intestinal lining, entering the bloodstream, where it destroys an important protein in neurons called synaptobrevin 2. Synaptobrevin 2 is essential for merging synaptic vesicles with the cell membrane for release of neurotransmitters. It binds to the neurotransmitter-containing vesicle and anchors it to proteins on the cell membrane. Release of neurotransmitters across the synapse is what causes muscles to contract. It specifically breaks a molecular bond between the two amino acids glutamine and phenylalanine, being a zinc endopeptidase, at the 76th and 77th position. Neuronal cells lack many of the innate immune responses, allowing the toxin to persist over a long time, cleaving the essential synaptobrevin over and over and over again. All hope is not lost. Stool samples taken at the hospital verified the diagnosis. Tests found 200,000 spores per gram of Clostridium in the samples. The honey used to sweeten the pacifier was also tested and confirmed that the honey jar was the source of the spores that made her severely ill. Honey is in fact the primary food associated with infant botulism in Europe and North America. Luckily, the baby recovered on her own. She was given laxatives and probiotics to clear her intestines and to replace the pathogenic Clostridium bacteria. After 3 weeks, she was sent home, and after a few months, all traces of the traumatic incident were gone. They would later go on to advise other parents against this potential problem.